Welcome children. Today we'll discuss about matter and its composition. This chapter 1. This is in our half yearly syllabus. So first, matter can be classified into two main categories. First is the living and another is the non-living. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Tree, car, bus, eraser, book, etc. These are the examples of matter because they occupy space and they have mass. The two main properties of matter. First is the matter occupies space, and second, matter has mass. The space occupied by different objects can be different, but matter must occupy some space. The space occupied by different matter must be different or maybe equal also. A football occupies more space than a tennis ball. That depends on the shape, that depends on the size. Similarly, a jug occupies more space than a glass tumbler. Look at this picture. Because of its shape, the jug occupies more space. Matter has mass. The second property. The mass of different object may be different, but matter must has mass. An iron ball has more mass than a cotton ball of the same size. That depends on the packing, that depends on the shape, that depends on the density. However, if an object occupies more space, it is not necessary for it to have more mass. So that means the volume is not necessary. That means the volume is not compulsory main factor for the mass. A large cotton ball occupies more space but has less mass than a small iron ball. Important thing, not all things that we feel or see are made up of matter. Sound, light, heat, other forms of energy neither occupy space nor have any mass. So they are not considered as matter. So that means sound, light, heat, they are not the matter. Also emotions like happiness, sorrow, love, anger, etc. These are not also the matter. They are just only the feelings and emotions. Next, compositions of matter. Matter is composed of tiny particles called atom. Listen, the atom is the smallest unit of all matter, which show all the properties of matter. In higher class, you will observe that atoms is the smallest unit of an element, not for all matter. But for the sake of simplicity, we are considering that an atom is the smallest unit of all matter. Atoms do not always exist independently. Independent existence of atoms is not possible. Atoms combine with each other to form molecules. Now these molecules have independent existence. They are made up of atoms. Molecules are the groups of two or more atoms bonded together that exhibits all the properties of matter. Bonded. The term bonded, that means this is the force of attraction between two or more atoms in a molecule is typically termed as chemical bond, the force of attraction which holds between two atoms or more atoms in a molecules. In your science vocab, there is the definitions of matter and atom. Now we'll observe the states of matter. Now the states basically are of three types, but the total states of matter are of five types: solid, liquid, gas, plasma, Bose-Einstein condensate, means BEC. But in this class you will learn about solids, liquids and the gas. The three states of matter are solid, liquid and gas. The molecules are held differently in solids, liquids and gas. The spaces between the molecules is known as intermolecular space. Let this be the molecules of any matter. The spaces between two molecules will be termed as intermolecular space, and the attraction by which these molecules attract these molecules will be termed as intermolecular force of attraction. The intermolecular force of attraction keeps the molecules together. This force keeps the molecules together. Now, on the basis of this intermolecular space and intermolecular force of attraction, the properties of three matters are described like this way. Solids. The molecules are very tightly packed. Look at this figure. It is very tightly packed. And intermolecular space is least. For the liquid, molecules are less tightly held and the intermolecular space is more as compared to solid. In the gas, the molecules are far away from each other and loosely held. So this is the case for the solid. The intermolecular space is intermediate for the case of liquid. And maximum intermolecular space is between the gas, between the particles of the gas. Look at this intermolecular space least. This is the intermolecular space in the liquid. Look at this intermolecular space between the gas molecules. The highest for the case of the gas molecules, lowest, least for the case of solid, and intermediate for the case of liquid. The positions of the molecules are fixed because it has the least amount of intermolecular space. They can't move, but remember, the molecules vibrate on their mean positions. For the case of solid, the molecules vibrate but they can't move. The intermolecular force of attractions in the solid is the strongest because of this tight packing, and due to this tight packing and the least intermolecular space and the restrictions of the movement of the molecules, the solid have a definite shape and the volume. They can't be compressed easily because there is no space between the molecules. The movement of the liquid molecules is possible. That means the molecules of the liquid is not fixed at their positions. The intermolecular force of attraction is not so strong as the case of solid. Liquids don't have any definite shape because the movement is not restricted, which is in the case of the solid. Since the movement is restricted, the solid has compact shape and definite volume also. Liquids can take the shape of container in which they are kept, however they have a definite volume. The compressibility of the solid is least, just minimum, negligible, because the space, intermolecular space, is very small, negligible. The compressibility of the liquid is not negligible. They can be compressed to a little extent, they can be compressed, but the compressibility of the gas molecules is the highest because they have more intermolecular space. The molecules of the gas can move freely in all the directions. Gases neither have a definite shape nor a definite volume. Liquid and gas can flow easily, and thus they are known as fluids. This terminology is valid for the liquid and the gas. The common features for the liquid and the gas is that the movement of the molecules of the liquids and the gas molecules. But in the solids, the molecules are fixed and rigid.